Global Ethics Corner from the Carnegie Council.
The resignation of CIA Director David Petraeus was as sudden as it was alarming. News that the retired U.S. general had engaged in an extramarital affair has left the intelligence community scrambling for a competent replacement. But it's also sparked some soul-searching within military circles as many ponder the ethical implications of Petraeus' downfall. Although some would argue that Petraeus' affair made him vulnerable to blackmail, at present there's no indication that his conduct broke any laws. But if Petraeus were still in the military, it would be a different story. That's because adultery is illegal under military law, punishable by reprimand, dismissal, and even prison. The illegality of adultery offers just one example of how military personnel are held to a higher ethical standard than civilians. But is it a fair standard to set? Should adultery be illegal for military personnel? Many members of the military say it should be. They believe adultery represents a threat to military discipline. It can endanger troop morale and compromise the public's faith in the military. Others believe that such notions are outdated. After all, since military professionals now do multiple tours of duty away from their spouses, cases of adultery are only likely to rise. What's more, when it comes to personal relations, military professionals are just as prone to mistakes as their civilian counterparts. A military apart is a noble phrase, but when it comes to adultery, is it fair to expect a higher standard? Is it realistic? As the U.S. reflects on the ethical standards of its military, what do you think? Should military professionals be held to a stricter moral code than civilians? And should a prohibition against adultery be part of that code? Marlena Sperry wrote this week's Global Ethics Corner. I'm Terrence Hurley of Carnegie Council.
Made possible by the Carnegie Council for Ethics in International Affairs. Post a comment at www.carnegiecouncil.org.